गाइस विल बी स्टार्टिंग इन 5 मिनट्स. तुम्हारे फ्रेंड्स वगैरह हो कोई तो उनको बुला लो. So I think it's up time. So people, hi everyone. My name is Nilesh Telam. I'm the development lead from GDSC and host for today's session as well. So hi everyone and also जय श्री राम. कुछ लोग बोल रहे थे, so सही है. So पहले start with let's start with the flow कि like कैसे होने वाला है हमारा DSA Kickstart. This would be an boot camp for you guys. तो इसमें क्या क्या सीखने को मिलेगा, कैसे उसका वर्क फ्लो है, ये पहले सीख लेते हैं. ठीक है, तो मुझे रिस्पांस चाहिए सो दैट या यू वुड बी इंटरेस्टेड और नॉट, मुझे पता चलेगा. ठीक है गाइस, तो जिनको पॉसिबल है अपने कैमराज ऑन कर लो एंड ऑल्सो माइक भी, अगर बैकग्राउंड नॉइज ना हो तो. ओके ठीक है. Okay then, let's start. So, welcome to the DSA Kickstart. This would be an boot camp for about 5 to 6 days, and this would be covering all the data structures and as well as OOP concepts for you. This would be targeting basically second year and third year students only, and also final students may learn something. So, we would be starting from fundamentals till the non-linear data structure and linear as well. So इसका फ्लो आज से स्टार्ट करने वाले हैं हम. फंडामेंटल्स रहेंगे. ऑल्सो जो पार्टिसिपेंट्स पार्टिसिपेट करने वाले उनका रिकॉर्ड रहेगा. पर डेली एक्टिविटीज़ में तुम्हें टास्क भी दिए जाएंगे. यू विल बी हैविंग सम टास्क टू डू, यू विल बी हैविंग सम कोड्स टू टाइप, यू विल बी हैविंग सम concepts to learn. Okay, so all this data would be collected, and at the end of this bootcamp you'd be learned about the DSA as well as जो students like top 3 में रहेंगे जिनकी like leader board पे, those students would be consistent and would be good in the DSA bootcamp. They would be they would have some perks like they would be in the community page by GDSC ICOER itself. They'd have something to show off that yeah, I've got this like top 3 tier, or I got into the top 3 tier at this boot camp. So that could be an valuable point and valuable asset. And also those who are preparing for placements, though for those students this is an important like boot camp. So guys, be prepared for this one and be excited. And also this is not a language specific bootcamp. So even if you want to like go for Python, CPP, Java, or any other language, mostly people go for these three. So it's not language specific, so you can learn in any language, you can implement in any language. So I think we should start. Also this would be organized by development team by GDSC ICO itself. So and daily your mentors would be changing, so you don't have to like you won't get bored. अगर मैं तुम्हें आज सिखा रहा हूँ तो कल it won't be me, so you don't have to worry about it. So you'd be interested and you would not get bored by like same people or same person every day. So yeah, once again, hi everyone. I need to hear some noise. Turn on your mics and say hi as well. Hi भैया.
Hi.
Hi,
Good evening, Nilesh.
Yeah, good
hi
evening.
भैया.
Hi Aditya. Hi Ayush. Hi Prem. Okay. So are you guys interested, right? And excited for this boot camp? Okay. So let me cover up this one. I need to, yeah. I'm pasting a link. I'm sending you a link in the chat section. you have to go there and sign up for the contest. This would be an contest for like boot camp until the boot camp ends. So go and register there. You would have daily tasks over there, so you need to be prepared. So आज जो सीखोगे तुम, whatever you going to learn here, that would be tested there. So every day you have to do some tasks that is on the HackerRank platform. Many of you may know. Those who don't know, HackerRank is a coding platform. It is used for like contest and competitive programming, and to also learn some stuff. So go and register over there for our DSA Kickstart. So okay. So hi guys, let's start. So welcome to the DSA Kickstart. This would be an boot camp for 5 to 6 days. Once again, I'll be saying this, and this would be organized by GDSC itself for you guys only. So be prepared, and it would be helpful in your placements as well as to learn DSA thoroughly. And this is not a language specific bootcamp, so everyone can join, whether you are belonging to some other languages as well, like Python, Java, CPP, or anything. You'd have fun, I guarantee it, and you would not get bored. So yeah, we should start, right? Any queries, anyone? Like, yeah, why this bootcamp or any queries about it? You can raise your hands if you have any queries.
Will there be any certificate of this bootcamp?
Yeah, also there would be certificates after the bootcamp is completed. You'd get an e-certificate from GDSC that you had participated in this bootcamp and you have successfully completed. Unless you complete it successfully, unless you complete your daily tasks, you would not get your e-certificate. So you would have to be consistent about it. And yeah, you'll be getting an e-certificate for your boot camps. So this would be an asset as well. Okay then, any queries, anyone else? Yeah, I think Satyam.
हा निलेश दादा मला म्हणायचं होतं ते इथं मी बॅकएंड आपलं जे रेकॉर्डिंग चालू आहे सो म्हणून ते मला काही रिॲक्टिवेट करता नाही येणार
Yeah, okay, चालेल.
हा
So okay then guys, let's start. So we'll go by the definitions. What is actually data structures and algorithms? So first of all, let's go by what bookworms learn and what Google says about it. So data structures are ways of organizing and storing data in computer's memory. So why the need of data structures and why the algorithms? Why do we use it as a programmer? So there exists so much of data and so much of processing over the data that we daily collect or that we daily generate. Okay. So to manipulate it, to use it, and to like present it in our world, we need data structures and algorithms. So what data structures does there is data structures are uh, they are the means by which we can organize and store the data in our computer's memory. So hence the data structures are, once again I'm repeating, they are the ways by which we can organize and store the data in our computer's memory. And for these common data structures like arrays, linked lists, tags, queues, trees, etc are used. Okay, so that's about the data structures, and we'll be seeing about them as well. And algorithms, yeah, we know that data structures are ways of organizing and storing the data. ठीक है, समझ गया. लेकिन algorithms, what it is like, how they are created, why they are created, why to use them. Algorithms, they are like a steps or set of rules by which we can like set the behavior of these data structures. we can use these data structures by these algorithms, by these like procedures, and by which we can manipulate the data. Hence the algorithms are created, and algorithms are like officially they are step by step procedures or set of rules for solving specific computational problem. So computational problems such as what, like if you want to create some data from, or create some presentation of the data. Suppose you have a class. In this class you have this many students. Suppose we are having a meet, right? So 60-70 students are present here. So I want to collect this data. So how to like collect the data would be consisting name of the student, the timing of joining, and the name also, like surname, and also other stuff as well, like why he is joined or anything. So this data would be processed and collected in the like Excel sheet or anything. So हमारे लिए simple है like creating an Excel sheet, putting a data into that, but behind that there are so many codes running, right? So these are all algorithms and the data structures behind it. Suppose you want to create an data which consists students roll number from like for 1 to 16. So you would have to use arrays or linked list like data. So contiguous memories are used there. That's the data structures and algorithms for you. So we have to learn this one. It is basically 2 plus 2 maths, how we learned it. It is basically 2 plus 2 maths to go into IT sector. Okay, so these are the basics, so you have to learn them, then only you can learn any technology or anything. So yeah, we know about data structures and algorithms, okay, so far. But let's say you have to learn them. So which language would you prefer, right? So that's the question most second year students and third year students also may get. Basically, who is entering in this section or in this sector, he'd have like hard time to choose, yeah, which language I should choose to like perfect or master it. So I'd make it easy for you. We'll see how each language stands and where it stands. So which language should we choose by our own preference? Okay, so basically these three languages are more popular and mostly used. They are Java, Python, and CPP for DSA. Okay, and CPP is like performance based language, but it is bit complex. Java as well, it is like by level of hardness, I'd say Java stands at medium, and it's strongly typed language, so you'd have to like mention everything in this. And about Python, it's easy learning, it's easy to learn unless you're involving like any libraries or in it. Okay, so that's the three languages. Let's see how they compare with each other. Before that, anyone has any doubt about like what is data structures or algorithms? If you don't have any, you can say no, right?
All clear, all clear.
Okay. It's silly stuff, so I don't think there'd be any doubts. But धीरे धीरे जब हम आगे जाएंगे, जब अरे स्टार्ट होगा, तब ये स्टफ मैटर करेगा. सो इसमें थोड़ा ध्यान दो, ठीक से पढ़ो, ठीक है. So about the programming languages, which one should you choose? Once again, I'll have to say that you should choose one language to master the DSA, and other languages to like, yeah, you should have a knowledge of other languages as well, but master the DSA in only one language. Okay, then you'll have like mastery in it. So let's say, so about the Java, CPP, and Python, let's go by differences. Let's go by syntax and readability. Okay, so the difference is that Python is clean and readable, and it's also a simple language to type and to like see. Yeah, it's actually simple. Why? Because if you want to print something, you can just say like, yeah, print this, print brackets, and yeah, this is printed. For C++ and Java, it's a complex syntax and it's less readable languages, and they use curly braces for them.
Jay,
Guys, don't do this. If you're not interested, you can you can leave. Those who want to learn, they can stand. Okay. So by for the second difference is about the compilation and interpretation. And these are the questions basically asked in the interviews as well. Yeah, which Java is what compiled or interpreted, and Python is what. So you should have this knowledge. Okay. So basically for these three languages you should have knowledge. Java and CPP are the languages that are compiled, and for Python that is interpreted language. Okay. Then comes static and dynamic typing. For Java CPP, they are statically typed. Uh, that means that you would have to declare data types before defining any variable. Okay, and for Python, it is dynamically typed. While we are seeing the concept about variables, I'd explain you that what is statically typed and dynamically typed. Okay. So these are the differences. Then comes memory management. For Java, there exists a garbage collection, and this point is also an important to learn. You can make notes about it. Okay. So Java has automatic memory management. C++ does not have it. It goes by manual memory management. Like it needs to create a memory stack. It needs to delete the memory stack for new variables. Okay. And it uses pointers, so it has more availability or more it is more prone to errors. So yeah, that's about C++. There exist some errors using the pointers. That's why CPP stands harder more than Java and Python. Okay. Then comes Python. Python is also having the automatic memory management. Then comes platform independence feature. For Java, it is platform independent, and many of you may ask, or many times this question may be asked. So why the platform independence? Yeah, for the Java, this is because of the JVM, Java Virtual Machine. For every system there exists, suppose you are having Linux or you are having Windows. So for those, JVM would be different, right? The JDK tool would be installed there. For the Java would be different, but the JVM also be platform dependent. JVM would be platform dependent, but the code of the Java, which is being compiled or which is being compiled to binary code, that would be platform independent. So the JVM would be making it platform independent. That should be your answer to the question why the Java is platform independent. Then comes C++. It is platform dependent and less portable. There exists. Then comes Python. This is also platform independent language, but for specific libraries, there exist some limitations. So if you're typing your code for some library that is installed in your system, and that can be installed or that can be used in another system, then you can't say that Python is platform independent. Okay. Then which language should you choose? Okay. So people from second year, third year, where do you want to go for if you want to go for Android app development or enterprise applications, the sector which you're targeting, you should go by that language only. If you want to learn technologies that are related to enterprise applications or Android app development, then you can go with the Java. If you learn Java, DSA in Java, then you can afterwards you can target the Android app development or related technologies as well. But for people who are attracted towards the game development or the system developments, if you want to create some systems or if you want to create some games, then these related technologies involve CPP. So if you want to go for these technologies, you can start with C++. Okay. And the people who are expecting to be a data scientist, or if you want to learn machine learning in future, if you are targeting web development, then you should have your focus on the Python language. So accordingly, you choose your language. Even if you have chosen already, you can change now only, because you're not too late. So you can choose which language is suitable for you. If you've decided your technology, on which technology you would be working in future, then you can choose your languages here. Okay. For the app development and enterprise related technologies, you can choose Java. For game development, CPP. And for data science, machine learning, other stuff, that's Python for you. Okay. So that's how you would be selecting your languages. And about the hardness, I'd say CPP is most hard here, and Python would be easy to learn the DSA in. Okay. If you want to learn DSA easily, that would be Python for you. Java would be medium there, and CPP, it's a bit hard, but it's related to your technologies, then you can go either of this. Okay. So yeah, these explanation might have like caught your attention or might have like changed some perspective that what language should be chosen there, or what should we do, which language should we prefer. Okay. And some of you might say, yeah, this is getting boring. Okay, guys, this would be a fundamentals lecture. So many of you may know already these fundamentals. So I don't want to make it like boring. So let's start. I'll cover up the fundamentals quickly. When the actual data structure start, you need to have this knowledge. So listen carefully. Okay. And everyone should listen. Everyone should be focused here. So let's go with the simple hello world program. This is basically an ritual we do when we learn any programming language or any concepts. So for these data structures bootcamp, go and type your hello world program there quickly. Even if you are like, yeah, this is so silly, still you'd have to write, because this is our ritual for Kickstart. Okay. Write these hello world programs, and I'd be sharing and git repo there. You have to like send your PRs. So there I need these codes. Okay. In Python you print just hello, hello world. Okay. Print and hello world, that's how you print. So as I said earlier, that Python is like easily learning language. You can like easily learn. Java and CPP uses curly braces and also block of structure. Okay. So for Java, there exists this code, and for Java, you need to have your file name as well as class name same. Okay, guys. I don't want to go like language specific. I'd be focusing more on topics. So this there are the codes. If you want, I can send you this one. So I think everyone must have done it at some point. So let's go. The first types or first fundamentals you would have to learn are the variables and data types. Okay. So like variables, why to create them, why to like what are they? So variables are to you are to store and manage the data. Okay. So how to like if you want to create a data in the memory, okay, by your program or by your code, then you'd have to use variables. The variables are means to store the data and manage the data in memory stack. Okay. So you'd have to create a variable. And as I said, Java and CPP, for those, they are statically typed languages. Okay. They are strongly statically typed languages. So you would have to mention your data types as well before declaring variables. So let me show you. Yeah, these are the primitive data types. There exist two types of data types: primitive data types as well as non-primitive data types. So this table shows how many bytes of size there exist for primitive data types, and in what range the memory allocation is done. So yeah, for byte it's 1 byte. And also guys, this is the size in bytes for Java, for the Java language. So it's not necessary to have the same for CPP and Python. It might differ for integer only. I don't think there'd be any difference. There'd be much difference. So these are the primitive data types you should know about. So byte exists for 1 byte only, and it can store the value of 1 byte stuff that extends from minus to 128 to 127. of the memory space. Okay, then comes the short. It stands for 2 bytes. Then integer 4 bytes. Long, it is to store long integers or long numbers. That's about 8 bytes. Then comes float for decimal points or decimal digits. Double as well for the longer decimal digits. Then characters like ABCD stuff and special characters as well. It stores about 2 bytes. And the boolean. Boolean is about true and false. There exist only 2 values and it stores in 1 byte. So these are the primitive data types. You should make notes about it. You should have these with you. Okay. So and not for non-primitive data types, there exist arrays, strings, and other stuff that we would be learning further. So let me cover up with this one. If you want to have screenshots of this, just take it. Okay then.
PPT will be going to share after the session to you.
Yeah, guys. For the variable declaration, as we are learning what are the variables and why are they used, they are to create a memory space or the memory space in the memory. Okay, memory stack. So how do you create a variable? How do you like declare it? So the name of the variable, it could be anything that is not specially like recognized in the language. There are some specific words these words: byte, short, int. These are the data types, right? So you can't name your variable like this. You can't name your variable long. You can't name your variable float. Either you can't name your variable true or false. Okay. So like regarding accepting these already defined uh, like variables or these, you can declare your variable using the other names. So like you can see here, these are the int count. So count is the name of the variable and the type of the variable is int. For the Python language, there exists like it is a dynamically typed, as I've said earlier that I'd be explaining. So for Java and CPP, you have to mention the data type before declaring your variable. So you have to mention there, yeah, count is the type of integer. So the count is created in the memory and it holds about 4 bytes of like memory. Okay, so that's how it is created. But for Python, it is dynamically typed. So you don't have to mention that, yeah, age is type of integer or age is type of boolean or age is type of string. You don't have to mention it. The age equal to 25 already defines that, yeah, the 25 is a number. That's why age would be an integer. That's how the dynamically typing language like works. So Python is dynamically typed. You don't have to mention the like data type for before the variable, but for the Java and CPP you'd have to. That's how it goes. So you can try and create some like variables, and for assigning the values you use equal to sign. Okay, so here it goes. The declaration was int age, and after using equal to sign you can assign the value to it. So in the memory, what it does, it creates a variable named age which holds some space about 4 bytes for the integer, and the value that is being assigned to it by equal operator, that would be going into the memory stack and it would be stored there. So int age equal to 20 would be resulting in the memory as shown in the figure. That's the random access memory, or you can call the memory stack. It would be stored as 20. So there exist 3 types of variables: local variables, instance variables, and static variables. We would be discussing them thoroughly in OOP lectures. Before that, let me like give you brief intro about it. So local variables are like variables defined within a block, or they are defined within a constructors. So any method or function that have these variables declared in them, those are the local variables. Also for instance variables, they are the non-static variables declared outside of the methods. They are not contained in any functions or methods, but in the class. Those are the instance variables. And for the static variables, you use static keyword. And by like what means the static variables are used. So if you're not declaring your variables locally in your function or method, the static variables would be used in all over the code or all over the classes without like creating objects for it. So creating an object or classes, what are these stuff? These are would be targeted in OOP lectures. So remember this, make note of it. What are local variables, instance, and static variables, and we'll discuss it further. So guys, go and create some codes or codes about the variables. Create some variables like age equal to 25 or name equal to John, and print them. Try to print them in your specific language. Suppose you are going with Java or you are going with the Python, CPP. And if you need my codes, you can ask me. PPT would be shared, so don't worry about it. Create your variables like age, name. You can see the difference here. Python does not have these int or string like Java has. That's difference because this is in dynamically typed language and this is statically typed language. Okay, so that's how you differ, like you can remember the differences between the languages. Okay, then let's not waste so much of time here. Create some variables in integer or boolean or string like that, and we'll go ahead. Okay, so we know that print statement in Python, right? It is to print hello or anything. That just gives us output in the console, right? So that is used for output. But what for the input? So in Python we can use input operator, or we can use input keyword to enter the input through our keyboard or any input devices. Okay, so that's how the input is given in the Python. So input function is used to get the input from the user from the keyboard, and for the output it we use print. In Java as well. For Java, we use scanner class. By the scanner class, we create instance of scanner class, and by that instance, we get the input, and we also print it using the system.out.println. That's the printing statement to get the output, and for the input, we use scanner class, like I've shown here, and you need to import it before that. I think the Java basics or Python or CPP basics you all may have known. So let's just target the DSA stuff. Still, I need to go with it because that's the flow of our DSA bootcamp. The students who are not familiar with these concepts should get the notes of this. Okay. Then comes CPP. And okay, the next stuff is about the operators and expressions. So what are the operators? Like it's basically maths that we have learned so far. The arithmetic operators, comparison operators, logical operators. There exist so many operators, and these are the mathematical functions we do, and also logical functions we can perform in the coding. For them, we use operators and functions as well. For implementing these operators, for implementing the logic of maths, we use expressions. So expressions may have used by everyone, right? We like बचपन से हमने expressions पढ़े, we have used them, like 2 plus 2 equal to 4. That's the expression, right? So that's how we create expressions in coding as well, by combining the variables, values, and operators. So what is the result here? It's the variable, right? Then assignment operator, then first value, then operator is plus operator, that is used for addition, and then comes the second value. So 10 plus 5, that should be like 15 would be stored in the result. So that's how it goes for the operators and expressions. And I'd be showing you. So arithmetic operators, for them you can try plus, minus, negative, like addition, subtraction, like division, modulus. You can try these operators and implement in your programs. Then comes the assignment operators. To assign a value, as we have we have saw earlier, that equal to is used for like assigning the value. Then comes the plus equal to, that is used to like append value in the existing value. Suppose you are writing 1 plus or equal to 2, that means 2 would be adding in this 1, so the result would be 3. That's how the plus equal to works. That would be adding right digit in the left digit. Then comes the negative equal to, that subtracts the value having the left operand from the like from the left operand, the right operand will be subtracted. Then comes the multiplied equal to, that does the same for multiplication, and divide equal to. These are the assignments operator. हर्षल शिंदे.
निखिल रावांच अरे अंग गुळपिळ निखिल रावांच
Wait, can you like remove him? Yeah.
I did it. It's my bad.
Okay.
Mohit watched her.
Yeah.
After that, comparison and relational operators. These are used to like compare the operands. What are the operands? These are the values that are being used with the operators. So the operator is double equal to, that is to compare the two values that are on the left and right side. So we use double equal to. Then comes not equal to. If they are not equal to, we are comparing for. Then comes the greater than. If the left value is greater than, that is the result would be given. If the left value is greater, then the true would be returned, and if the right value is greater, then the false would be returned. Okay. Then comes less than, then comes greater than or equal to, and less than or equal to. This is basic maths, and that's we use in the programming as well. Then comes fourth, logical operators. For that, we use and operator, or operator, and not operator. The all logical operators we can use here, that we can also use in programming. So the result would be the same. Then comes other operators as well. You would have to learn them, because this is a basic stuff. So you'd have to learn about bitwise operators, conditional operator. So what is conditional operator? This is used in the if else block as well. So if you want to write a if else block, you use ternary operator. I'd be showing you this one also. Then comes increment and decrement operator. If you want to increase value by 1, you use increment operator, and if you want to decrease the value by 1, then use double negation. Okay, so that's the other operators. And try these codes, try to implement arithmetic, logical, and other operators as well. You would have to implement these in your codes and send your PRs. So do it, guys. Do it along with me. When I'll be explaining to you, you would have to like type these codes. This is basic codes, but you'd have to like be on this. You would have to have hands on this. So try this. For Python, these are the arithmetic operators. You can try other operators as well. I've just shown you the arithmetic operators here. For Java people, and the CPP people. Okay. And our next topic is like we have learned what are the variables, what are the data types, how we use them, and like what are the operators. Okay, so now what these are the control structures. There exist two types of control structures. Would be showing I'd be showing you the first one type. So these control structures are started with if and else block. So these are the conditional statements. Okay, so these allow you to make decisions in your code. So if the age is greater than or equal to 18, you are printing you are an adult, and if the and otherwise you are printing you are a minor. So these if else block are the conditional statements, and that's how you print in your codes. So you have to learn these also. There exists another as well. You can also create else if so many times. Okay. Instead of you can also use switch case. I have shown you the switch case in Java here. Let's say your days are numbered here from 1 to like 7. There exist. So if the day is 2, what would be printed here? That's the Monday, right? So these how the switch cases work. Switch case would be taking the input, then it would be comparing along the cases. If there exists a case, it would be printing the output, then breaking the case. Okay, you have to mention your break case, break statement after the case. So what are the break here? So if you're printing, let's say the 2 is given here in the switch case, right? So the Monday would be printing. But if you are not given the break statement here, then what will happen is it would go for another default case as well, that it's an invalid day. Why? Because the break statement is acts as uh, the output is already given, and break statement would be like removing you or breaking the execution from this code. So switch cases, you'd be out of the switch cases, you'd be out of this program, or you'd be out of this control statement. Okay, so that's how the break statements work. And also for the CPP, I've written the if else block. You can learn. So yeah, about the ternary operators, I'd have to show you how they are worked or how they are shown. Let me print something for you. Let's say
Nilesh, are you sharing your screen? Actually, it's not visible.
yeah, wait. I think I've shared only one window. Wait.
Okay.
Yeah.
पहले स्क्रीन शेयर कर देता, लाइक लोगों ने वॉच कर लिया रहता हाउ यू आर टैपिंग एंड वेयर यू आर गोइंग आउट.
So yeah, guys, like I've created some variables here. I've declared num1 as 10, num2 as 20. So, and I've also created res as the result. Okay. So what I'm storing here is I'm comparing if the num1 is greater than the num2. So this ternary operator, okay, this is used as an if else block. So let's say num1 is greater than the num2. So then the first statement would be printed. The first statement would be stored in the res. result, and if it's not, that's obvious because 10 is lesser than the 20. So the next statement would be printed, that's the num1 minus num2, that would be stored in the result. Okay, so if I print the result now, so what do you think would be the output here? You can like type in the chats as well, what would be the output here?
दादागिरी करेगा, तेरी माँ की चुद मेरे साथ दादागिरी करेगा, वरना तेरी दादागिरी निकाल दूंगा मैं, समझा गांड से
Seriously, who was that?
I kicked him.
He joined with the ICOER or something, no?
Yep. They are joining by the names that are registered and they're doing it. So
Bro, seriously. So yeah, guys, it's minus 10 as we have expected. The 10 would like 20 would be minus from the 10. So let's say if the num1 is greater than the 20, so the first statement would be stored in the result, right? So 100 plus 20, so 120 should be the output. So yeah, that's how it works, the ternary operator. So if you want to like print this in if else block, you'd have to like write the num1 is greater than num2, then printing, yeah, if it's greater, then like print or no, res equal to num1 plus num2. Otherwise you'd be printing that res equal to
yes, just hold on, guys. We're taking it. Just a second. I'll check the technical problem.
okay, sorry guys, got some network issue. Okay, तो कहाँ थे हम? We were learning about the ternary operator, right? So if else block से क्या होता है, like the logic normally how we use it. First of all, let me click on it. Am I audible and the screen is visible, right?
Yes, you are.
Yep. Okay then. Let's change the code and run. So yeah, 120. Why? Because the 100 is greater than that. And if you run it for 10, it's minus 10. But instead of doing this all if else statement, you can just simply use the ternary operator. So this is the fun part. And that's how you implement them, the ternary operator. You would have to like, the logic would be here, the comparison or the anything that would be holded as the condition. Then after that, if the condition is true, the first statement would be the output, and if the condition is false, then after the colon you would have to write something that's for the those statement would be executed for the false condition. So that's how it goes. Condition, the ternary operator, then see if the condition is true, the statement, first statement, then colon, and if the condition is false, then the second statement. That's how it goes for the ternary operator. I think the other stuff was pretty easy. the variables, the data types, the integer values, assignment operators, the arithmetic operators, greater than sign. Also, this is in the Java. Also, you can do this in Python as well. So, yeah, guys, that was about the variables, data types, also operators, and the ternary operator as well. So, like I've shared you the link, you should have like gone to this platform, and I've created a contest here. So it would be starting from 8 o'clock. So it's about in hour. There you can solve your questions for today. I think when we'll be starting with the arrays, there you'll be having some fun because then the difficulty would be increasing. For today's task, they are so simple and you can just quickly do them. So be consistent and do those. Okay. After that, yeah. And I think, yeah, that was for me the fundamentals. The first part of the fundamentals I've covered so far. So any doubts for anyone, like, yeah, what are the variables or data types and how they work, or how to use ternary operator, or if else block or switch case? Any doubt? Or what is the break statement? If you have any doubt in this, you can ask me. If not now, you can, if you can't ask now due to some peer pressure or anything like that, you can ask also after the meet. So that was about the fundamentals first lecture. So second lecture would be presented by Shruti itself. So she would be like explaining you the next part of the fundamentals of the DSA. Then we'd be focusing on OOP. Then comes the non-linear data structures, like the first linear data structures, arrays, strings, and other stuff like linked list, and the non-linears as well. So that was the workflow. If you have any doubt, you can ask me or any of the seniors here. So that was me. I think Shruti would be taking over here.
हॅलो,
Yeah. Yeah, Shruti.
करायचं का स्टार्ट नेक्स्ट?
Yep. You can go.
ओके.
And let's start.
ओके, स्क्रीन दिसतेय का? हॅलो.
Yes, Shruti. It's visible.
हाँ. Okay, so till now we have seen all about basics about the DSA, variables, data types. Okay, so now we are going to see the loops and the functions. Okay, so when we are learning DSA, loops and functions are the basic foundations. Without loops and functions, we can't learn or proceed toward in DSA. Okay, like we will be applying various searching and sorting algorithms. So there are loops is must. Okay, so we have the we have clear about concept knowledge about the loops. Okay, now we will see what are the loops. ओके. हम व्हाट्सएप पे GIF भेजते हैं, तो उसमें क्या होता है, एक पर्टिकुलर एक्शन होती है जो रिपीटेडली परफॉर्म होता है. ओके, लूप में वो परफॉर्म होता है. सो बेसिकली इन प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेजेस आल्सो लूप इज यूज्ड टू एग्जीक्यूट द ग्रुप ऑफ इंस्ट्रक्शंस और ब्लॉक ऑफ कोड मल्टीपल टाइम्स विदाउट राइटिंग इट रिपीटेडली. लूप्स क्या होता है, लूप्स एक कोड कंटेंट करता है जो हमें बार बार रिपीटेडली लिखना नहीं पड़ता है. वो ऑटोमेटिकली ब्लॉक ऑफ कोड एग्जीक्यूट होता है. और वो कोड कब तक एग्जीक्यूट होता है, तो उसमें हम कुछ तो कंडीशंस लगा देते हैं. लाइक हमने अगर कंडीशन नहीं लगाई लूप्स के ऊपर, तो वो लूप एग्जीक्यूट होगा इनफाइनाइटली. सो हेंस लूप्स आर द कंट्रोल स्ट्रक्चर्स ऑफ द प्रोग्राम. वो प्रोग्राम का फ्लो कंट्रोल करते हैं. अगर सपोज हमें एक हेलो वर्ल्ड प्रिंट करना है. ओके, अगर हमें फर्स्ट टाइम हेलो वर्ड प्रिंट करना है तो हम क्या करेंगे, सिंपल सी आउट लिखेंगे और हेलो वर्ड प्रिंट करेंगे. सेकेंड टाइम करना है तो अगेन हम सेकेंड टाइम सी आउट लिख के हेलो वर्ड प्रिंट कर सकते हैं. बट व्हाट इफ वी वांट टू प्रिंट दिस स्टेटमेंट 100 टाइम्स. ओके, हम बार बार तो नहीं लिख सकते ना कि हेलो वर्ल्ड हेलो वर्ल्ड हेलो वर्ल्ड. So what we do is we use the loop for printing the statement repeatedly or to perform the any task repeatedly without writing it repeatedly. Okay, so हम क्या करेंगे, लूप में एक बार लॉजिक लिखेंगे और वो लॉजिक रिपीटेडली परफॉर्म होगा फॉर पर्टिकुलर ब्लॉक ऑफ कोड. Okay, so now there are some types of loops. Okay, here this is the like meme type, like हमें प्रिंट करना है आई एम सॉरी, लिखना है एज अ पनिशमेंट कि आई एम सॉरी 100 टाइम्स. सो व्हाट नॉर्मल स्टूडेंट विल डू, लाइक ही विल राइट 100 टाइम्स आई एम सॉरी आई एम सॉरी. बट प्रोग्रामर क्या करेगा, एक ही बार में आई एम सॉरी लिख के 100 टाइम्स आउटपुट देगा कि आई एम सॉरी आई एम सॉरी. ऐसे लूप्स का फायदा होता है, वो टाइम भी सेव करता है और कोड रीडेबल भी रहता है. Okay, so now first loop is for loop. So for loop is a programming in a programming is a repetition control structure that allows programmer to write a loop that will execute a specific number of times. अगर हमें सपोज हेलो वर्ल्ड प्रिंट करना है, लाइक हमें हेलो वर्ल्ड कितनी बार प्रिंट करना है, अगर हम स्पेसिफिक नंबर ऑफ टाइम्स जानते हैं कि हमें पता है कि कितनी बार आइट्रेशन एग्जीक्यूट होगा, लाइक कितनी बार आइट्रेशन होगा फॉर लूप में, कितनी बार कोड एग्जीक्यूट होगा, तो हम क्या करते हैं, फॉर लूप यूज करते हैं. Okay, so there are the syntax in different languages for the for loop. So first in Java, so in one line we write the syntax for the for loop. First we will have initialization, second we will check the condition, and next we will update the iteration. Okay, so what is the int I? So int is a data type. I is nothing but the number of iteration, like which iteration, up to what iteration our loop will execute. Okay, so we initialize our iteration from 0, like I, we start from the 0, it will execute the code until I is less than 5. जब I 5 से ग्रेटर देन होगा तो वो लूप से बाहर पड़ेगा, बाहर निकल जाएगा. और I 0 है, हमने 0 पे इनिशियलाइज किया, पर हमें इस कंडीशन तक रीच करने के लिए हमें क्या करना पड़ेगा, I अपडेट करना पड़ेगा. ओके, I प्लस प्लस करना पड़ेगा. सो I प्लस प्लस का मीनिंग क्या है, ये पहले प्रीवियस I की वैल्यू के लिए ये कोड एग्जीक्यूट होगा और फिर खुद की वैल्यू अपडेट करेगा. ओके, लाइक आइट्रेशन 0 के लिए ये कोड पहले एग्जीक्यूट होगा. First it will, okay, initialization will I is equals to 0. Okay, then it will check whether I is less than 5 or not. If I is less than 5, then it will print the execute the code. Okay, and then it will update the iteration number, like now I is 0, then it will execute this line of code, then I will be update, like I plus plus means I will be update to 1. Okay, then again 1 will come here, then it will again check whether 1 is less than 5, then again this code will be execute, and value of I will be update. Okay, so these are the different languages, like in Java syntax for loop is like this, in CPP and in Python. Okay, so now we will see like code how actually for loop works. ओके, सो हमें अगर 5 का टेबल प्रिंट करना है तो हम क्या करेंगे कि 5 इंटू 1 इज इक्वल टू 5 इंटू 2 इज इक्वल टू 10. ये बार बार लिखने की वजह से instead of writing that repeatedly, we will apply one same logic for whole the iterations. Okay, so हमने यहाँ पे क्या किया है, एक वेरिएबल डिक्लेयर किया n इक्वल्स टू 5. 5 क्या है, हमें 5 का टेबल निकालना है, और हमने क्या किया, लूप अप्लाई किया, लूप आइट्रेशन के लिए. लाइक आइट्रेशन कहाँ से स्टार्ट होगा, 1 से स्टार्ट होगा, और टेबल प्रिंट करने के लिए हम 10 आइट्रेशंस लगेंगे. सो 10 तक वो प्रिंट हो जाएगा और आई की वैल्यू इंक्रीमेंट होगी 1 से. ओके, सो हमने और एक वेरिएबल डिक्लेयर किया टेबल, उसमें क्या करेंगे हम n इंटू आई, like 5. What is n? Is 5. In first iteration value of I is what? 1. okay, so 5 1s are 5 और ये रिजल्ट प्रिंट होगा. रिजल्ट हमने किस पे स्टोर किया है? टेबल में. okay, so again I for 5 into 1 it will print the result. Again the value of the I will update. okay, then it will become 2. Then it will again check whether 2 is less than or equal to 10. Yes, it is less than or less than 10. Then it will print the result for the 2. Like here n is 5 but I becomes 2. okay, then n into 2, that is 5 into 2, result will be 10. It will continuously repeatedly perform this block of code until and unless I becomes less than or equal to 10. okay, so now we will see the what is the output of the code. okay, this is the output of the code. We have written one block of code for whole the iterations of the table. ओके, लाइक 5 साठी आपल्याला प्रिंट करायचं 5 1 5. आई की वैल्यू अपडेट होती गई. लाइक 1 के लिए ये आउटपुट आया. व्हेन आई बिकम्स 2 हमें आउटपुट ये मिला. आई बिकम्स 3 आउटपुट 15 मिला. जैसे ही आई की व्हॅल्यू 11 बन गई. लाईक आता आपण आय ची व्हॅल्यू 10 झाली इथे आणि इथे चेक केली कंडिशन की वेदर आय इज लेस दॅन और इक्वल टू 10. ओके, आय इज इक्वल्स टू 10, देन इट विल प्रिंट दिस स्टेटमेंट और एक्झिक्यूट दिस स्टेटमेंट. बट व्हेन आय बिकम्स 11 इट विल go out of the loop. okay, so that's how our for loop is works. समजतंय का? Hello?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, next is while loop. So while loop does not depend on the number of iterations. So in for loop the number of iterations was previously known to us, but in while loops the execution is terminated on the basis of test condition. ओके, आता फॉर लूप मध्ये आपण हम फॉर लूप में क्या करते थे कि हमें नंबर ऑफ आइटरेशंस पता होते थे. लाइक हमें टेबल्स प्रिंट करना है तो हमें पता है कि कितने आइटरेशंस लगेंगे. 10 आइटरेशंस लगेंगे. पर अगर हमें आइटरेशंस नहीं पता कि कितने आइटरेशंस लगेंगे हमें लूप परफॉर्म करने के लिए, तब हम क्या कर सकते हैं? व्हाइल लूप परफॉर्म कर सकते हैं. तो हम फॉर लूप में क्या करते थे? वन ही लाइन में इनिशियलाइजेशन करते थे, कंडीशन चेक करते थे और अपडेशन करते थे. पर हम व्हाइल लूप में क्या करेंगे? पहले इनिशियलाइजेशन करेंगे. ओके, वी हैव इनिशियलाइज हियर आई विथ 0. देन वी विल राइट कंडीशन इन व्हाइल लूप. ओके, ये कोड कब तक एग्जीक्यूट होगा? जब तक ये कंडीशन ट्रू है. जब तक आई 5 से लेस देन है तब तक ये कोड रन होगा. जैसे ही आई की वैल्यू 5 से ग्रेटर होगी तो वो लूप से बाहर पड़ेगा. ओके, so I is equals to 0, then it will check whether I is greater than or less than 5. If it is less than 5, then this statement will execute and value of I will be updated. Again here I will become 1. Again it will check whether I is less than or equal to 5. Again it will execute the code. Again it will update the value. Okay, ये कब तक चालू रहेगा? जब तक ये कंडीशन हमारी फॉल्स नहीं हो जाती. जैसे ही कंडीशंस फॉल्स हो गई हम लूप से बाहर पड़ेंगे. ओके, सो नाउ वी विल सी द एग्जांपल. ओके, फॉर लूप. सो हमें फॉर लूप में 10 नंबर्स प्रिंट करने हैं. तो हमने आई कहाँ से इनिशियलाइज किया? हमने आई 0 से इनिशियलाइज किया. 0 से इनिशियलाइज करने के बाद हमने आई को कब तक प्रिंट किया? जब तक आई लेस देन और इक्वल टू 10 है तब तक हमने क्या किया? आई को प्रिंट किया. यहाँ पे आई की वैल्यू 0 है. ओके, कंडीशन चेक होगी वेदर आई इज लेस देन और इक्वल टू 10. यस, इट इज लेस देन 10. देन ये आई प्रिंट होगा. आई की वैल्यू अपडेट होगी. 0 से क्या होगी? 1 होगी. 1 होने के बाद अगेन ये कंडीशन चेक करेगा वेदर आई इज लेस देन और इक्वल टू 10. Okay, this loop will continuously executing until I becomes greater than 10. Okay, so output of this code is तो I की वैल्यू प्रिंट हो गई 0 से 10 तक. अगर हमने यहाँ पे I 0 से इनिशियलाइज किया, अगर हम 1 से इनिशियलाइज करते तो वैल्यू 1 से प्रिंट हो जाती. वैल्यूज 1 से प्रिंट होते हैं. ओके, 1 से वैल्यूज प्रिंट हो गए. अगर हमें लाइक नंबर ऑफ इटरेशंस कितने लगेंगे ये पता नहीं है, तो हम व्हाइल लूप यूज करते हैं. ओके, सो सीपीपीचा सिंटॅक्स हा आहे आणि पायथॉनचा हा ज्या लँग्वेज मध्ये तुम्ही कम्फर्टेबल आहात त्यानुसार तुम्ही कोड एक्झिक्यूट करून बघू शकता. सो नेक्स्ट इज डू व्हाइल लूप. ओके, सो व्हाइल लूप में हम क्या करते थे, पहले इनिशियलाइज करते थे और कंडीशन चेक करते थे, फिर बाद में कोड एग्जीक्यूट करते थे और अपडेट करते थे. पर डू व्हाइल लूप में हम क्या करेंगे, पहले कोड एग्जीक्यूट करेंगे और फिर कंडीशन चेक करेंगे. ओके, हमने यहाँ पे क्या किया, आई डिक्लेयर किया, लाइक आइट्रेशन इनिशियलाइज किया. 0 से हमारा आइट्रेशन स्टार्ट होगा और प्रिंट क्या करना है, हमें आई प्रिंट करना है. आई की वैल्यू अपडेट होंगी और देन इट विल चेक की कंडीशन वेदर आई इज लेस देन और इक्वल टू 5. ओके, ये कंडीशन अगर फॉल्स भी हो जाए, अगर हम ये कंडीशन फॉल्स भी लिख दे तो भी ये कोड एटलीस्ट 1 बार तो रन होगा ही. व्हाइल में कैसा था कि ब्लॉक में अगर कंडीशन फॉल्स हुई तो ब्लॉक एग्जीक्यूट ही नहीं होता था. पर डू व्हाइल लूप में क्या होगा, अगर कंडीशन फॉल्स हुई तो डू व्हाइल लूप एग्जीक्यूट द कोड एटलीस्ट वंस. दिस इज द मेन डिफरेंस बिटवीन द व्हाइल एंड डू व्हाइल लूप. Okay, now we have to print this statement by using the do while loop. हमने एक वेरिएबल इनिशियलाइज किया 1 से. ओके, लाइक दिस लूप विल स्टार्ट फ्रॉम द आइट्रेशन 1 और हमने क्या किया, ये कोड लाइक ये स्टेटमेंट लिया कि हमें ये प्रिंट करना है और काउंटर की वैल्यू अपडेट कर दी. पर हमने यहाँ पे कंडिशन्स क्या लिखी, की कंडिशन लिखी की जोपर्यंत काउंटर आपला लेस दॅन 0 आहे तोपर्यंतच कोड एक्झिक्यूट करायचा. पण आपण इथे तर काउंटर 1 इनिशियलाइज केला, पण आपण इथे सांगतोय काय की जोपर्यंत 0च्या कमी आहे, काउंटर इज लेस दॅन 0, तोपर्यंतच आपल्याला हा स्टेटमेंट कोड एक्झिक्यूट करायचा आहे. पण आपण काउंटर ऑलरेडी 1 इनिशियलाइज केलाय, म्हणजे ही कंडिशन फॉल्स झाली ना, तर हे कोड रन नाही व्हायला पाहिजे. पण डू व्हाइल लूप मध्ये इट विल एक्झिक्यूट द कोड ॲटलीस्ट वन्स until and unless the while condition is false. Okay, so this condition is false, पण तरीही डू व्हाइल लूप काय करणार, एकदा तरी हा कोड रन करणार. ओके, जर आपण इथे टाकलं की 5, ओके 5 डाला तो ये कोड 5 बार रन होगा. ये लूप क्या होगा, 5 बार रन हो गया. ओके, 1 है, 1 में ये रन होगा. ओके, दिस इज फॉर आइट्रेशन 1, देन इट विल अपडेट द वैल्यू, देन काउंटर वैल्यू विल बिकम 2, देन इट विल चेक वेदर काउंटर इज लेस देन और इक्वल टू 5. ओके, और देन अगेन दिस विल गो इनटू द डू loop, and this statement will continue start printing or executing until and unless this condition is false. Okay, but अगर यहाँ पे condition false है तो एक बार तो जरूर ये कोड प्रिंट होगा ही, like ये statement execute होगा ही. This is the main difference between the while and do while loop. Okay, so this is the syntax for CPP. सेम सिंटैक्स है, सिर्फ प्रिंट स्टेटमेंट्स डिफरेंट है. लाइक यहाँ पे हम सी आउट यूज करते हैं, यहाँ पे हम सिस्टम डॉट आउट यूज करते हैं जावा में. ओके, सो डू व्हाइल लूप्स बी like shoot first and then ask question later. Control statement. Okay. Control statement in loops are used to manage the flow of execution within the loop structure. Okay, हम लूप तो एग्जीक्यूट कर रहे हैं, बट अगर किसी आइट्रेशन पे हमें स्टॉप करना होगा, लाइक हम लूप आई 1 से 10 तक प्रिंट कर रहे हैं, 10 तक एग्जीक्यूट कर रहे हैं लूप. ओके, बट हमें आई इक्वल्स टू 3 को स्टॉप करना है, लाइक आई हमें 3 आइट्रेशन तक ही कोड रन करना है और लाइक 3 आइट्रेशन स्किप करके हमें रेस्ट ऑफ कोड रन करना है, एग्जीक्यूट करना है, तो हम क्या करेंगे, कंट्रोल स्टेटमेंट्स यूज करेंगे. Okay, so these control statements help you to alter the normal progression of the loop's iteration, allowing you to skip this certain iteration, exit the loop prematurely, or execute additional code within the loop. Okay, ये क्या करेगा, हमें अलाउ करेगा कि कोई एक आइट्रेशन हमें स्किप करना है और कोई एक आइट्रेशन के बाद हमें लूप से बाहर पड़ना है, तो हम कंट्रोल स्टेटमेंट्स यूज करके ये कर सकते हैं. Okay, so what are the control statements? So first one is the break statement. So in the break statement, it is used to terminate the loop prematurely. It is often used when specific condition is met and you want to exit the loop before it completes all its iteration. ओके, ब्रेक स्टेटमेंट्स हम कब यूज करते हैं, यहाँ पे हम एग्जांपल देखते हैं कि आई हमने इनिशियलाइज किया 1 से और 5 तक हमें रन करना है, एग्जीक्यूट करना है, लाइक 5 आइट्रेशंस हमें एग्जीक्यूट करने हैं, पर हम यहाँ पे क्या कंडीशन लिख रहे हैं कि जब i इक्वल्स टू 3 होगा तो हमें क्या करना है, ब्रेक करना है. So this will directly exit the loop when I becomes 3. Okay, so rest of the iteration will not execute. Only 1 and 2 iterations will execute. When I made to the 3, like it will exit the loop. Okay, so basically बेसिकली ब्रेक स्टेटमेंट क्या करता है कि अगर सर्टन कंडीशन, certain specific condition, when specific condition is made, it will direct exit the group, exit from the loop. Okay, so rest of the iteration will not execute. This is the break statement. Now we will see the example. Okay, so same example, हमें for loop रन कर एग्जीक्यूट करना है फ्रॉम फर्स्ट आइट्रेशन टू 5th आइट्रेशन, बट हम कंडीशन लिख रहे हैं कि अगर i becomes 3, then we have to break from the loops, like we have to exit the loop. Okay, so what it will do, okay, it will execute only first 2 iterations. Okay, यहाँ पे 1 2 क्यों प्रिंट हुआ है, क्योंकि हमने i प्रिंट की है. Like for first iteration we will print 1, second iteration we will print the value of I, like in second iteration I becomes 2, so that's why 1 और 2 प्रिंट हो गए. जैसे ही I 3 होगा तो वो रेस्ट ऑफ द आइट्रेशंस भी परफॉर्म नहीं करेगा, एग्जीक्यूट नहीं करेगा, वो डायरेक्टली लूप से बाहर आएगा. Okay, this about the break statement. Okay. So next is the continue statement. So the continue statement is used to skip the current iteration of the loop and move to the next iteration. It's commonly used when a specific condition is met and you want to skip the remaining code for the iteration. Okay, so break में हम क्या करते थे, अगर specific condition met होती है तब हम direct exit करते हैं loop से, but in continuous statement हम क्या करते हैं कि अगर specific condition, suppose when I encounters 3, then it will skip that iteration. Okay, like 1 से iteration होगा चालू 5 तक होगा, पर जब भी I 3 होगा तो ये तो ये क्या करेगा, दिस विल स्किप द करंट आइट्रेशन. करंट आइट्रेशन थर्ड आइट्रेशन ये स्किप करेगा और रिमेनिंग रेस्ट ऑफ द आइट्रेशन ये एग्जीक्यूट करेगा. ओके, सो कंटिन्यू स्टेटमेंट ने क्या किया कि 1 2 व्हेन आई बिकम्स 3 इट स्किप्स दिस आइट्रेशन एंड रेस्ट ऑफ द आइट्रेशन एग्जीक्यूटेड. ओके, 1 2 3 स्किप हो गया, 4 और 5 एग्जीक्यूट हो गया. So this is the difference between the break statement and continue statement. So that's all about the loops. काही डाउट आहे का? हॅलो,
Yes, Shruti.
समजतंय का? फास्ट होतंय का?
No, it's
नहीं
going
बरोबर है.
smoothly. There is no doubt, I guess. किसी को कोई doubt नहीं है. Continue.
Okay. So now functions. Functions are the self-contained modules of code that accomplish a specific task. Functions usually take in data and process it and return a result. Once a function is written, it can be used over and over. Functions can be called from the inside of the other function. So functions क्या करते हैं? Functions एक specific task perform करते हैं. अगर हम प्रोग्राम में कोई भी फंक्शन लिखते हैं, कोई भी हमें टास्क परफॉर्म करना चाहते हैं, तो हम क्या करते हैं? उसके लिए एक फंक्शन लिखते हैं. तो वो फंक्शन क्या करेगा? हम जब भी उस फंक्शन को कॉल करेंगे इनसाइड द मेन फंक्शन, देन इट विल एग्जीक्यूट द टास्क. ओके, इट विल परफॉर्म द टास्क. हमें बार बार कोड लिखने की जरूरत नहीं है. अगर हम फंक्शन कॉल करेंगे तो वो एग्जीक्यूट करेगा ऑटोमेटिकली. सो लाइक हमें क्या करना है? मल्टीप्लिकेशन परफॉर्म करना है, तो हम क्या करेंगे? मल्टीप्लिकेशन के लिए एक फंक्शन लिखेंगे. तो वो फंक्शन क्या करे? फंक्शन में क्या करेंगे? हम ऑपरेंड्स लिखेंगे. ओके, ऑपरेंड्स लिखने के बाद हम क्या करेंगे? कोड लिखेंगे कि उस ऑपरेंड्स पे हमें क्या ऑपरेशन परफॉर्म करना है. Okay, these all about the task of the function, and then we will call the function. Okay, we will see the example. Okay, so creating the function. So function create करने के लिए हमें क्या क्या लगता है? So return type. Okay, so हमने data types दिखे. The return type is the data type of the value of function returns. हम कौन से ऑपरेंड हमारे ऑपरेंड्स का डेटा टाइप क्या है और हम क्या रिटर्न कर रहे हैं, उस पर डिपेंड होता है रिटर्न टाइप. ओके, अगर हम फंक्शन क्रिएट करते हैं तो हमें रिटर्न टाइप लिखना पड़ता है. देन वी हैव टू राइट द फंक्शन नेम. फंक्शन नेम यूजर डिफाइन होता है. बस ये रिजर्व्ड कीवर्ड नहीं होने चाहिए. जैसे कि मेन ये मेन फंक्शन है. हम जब फंक्शन क्रिएट करते हैं तो हम फंक्शन नेम एज अ मेन यूज नहीं कर सकते, बिकॉज इट इज द रिजर्व्ड कीवर्ड और इट इज द बिल्ट इन फंक्शन. ओके, सो फंक्शन नेम क्या करते हैं? वो हम क्रिएट करते हैं और उसमें पैरामीटर लिस्ट डालते. लाइक पैरामीटर लिस्ट इज द प्लेस होल्डर. व्हेन फंक्शन इज इन्वोक, यू पास अ वैल्यू एज अ पैरामीटर. सो जब हम फंक्शन परफॉर्म करते हैं, लाइक हमें किस पर टास्क परफॉर्म करना है, कुछ तो हम ऑपरेंड्स लिखेंगे. लाइक हमें मल्टीप्लाई करना है, तो किस पर हमें मल्टीप्लिकेशन करना है, किसका हमें मल्टीप्लिकेशन करना है, हम कुछ तो ऑपरेंड्स की वैल्यू लिखेंगे. तो वो ऑपरेंड्स हम क्या करते हैं? एज अ पैरामीटर लिस्ट पास करते हैं फंक्शन को. और फंक्शन बॉडी, ओके, हमने ऑपरेंड्स पास कर दिए, हमने फंक्शन नेम दिया, रिटर्न टाइप दिया. अब हम क्या कर लेंगे कि एक कुछ तो टास्क परफॉर्म करेंगे. लाइक मल्टीप्लिकेशन करना है तो हमने सपोज पैरामीटर्स दे दिए ए और बी. मल्टीप्लिकेशन करना है तो ए स्टार बी करेंगे. ओके, दिस विल कंटेन इन द फंक्शन बॉडी. Function body contains a collection of statement that defines what function does. Okay, like what particular task is function going to perform, this is nothing but the function body. Okay, so function body क्या होगी? जो हमें टास्क एग्जीक्यूट करना है फंक्शन से, जो हमें टास्क परफॉर्म करना है, वो हम फंक्शन बॉडी में लिखेंगे. Okay, this is the syntax for the function. First we will write the return type. It may be int, boolean, char, float, double, depend on what we are returning or what we are going to give the values to the function. Okay, function name will define by us. And parameter, like parameter means which operands we are going to pass or on which operands we are going to perform our operation. दिस इज नथिंग बट द पैरामीटर्स. और उसका भी टाइप हमें मेंशन करना होता है जब हम फंक्शन क्रिएट करते हैं. ओके, रिटर्न टाइप्स क्या क्या होते हैं? इन, डबल, कैर, स्ट्रिंग. अगर फंक्शन रिटर्निंग एंड इंटीजर, जो अगर हम मल्टीप्लिकेशन कर रहे हैं दो इंटीजर्स का, और तो हमें रिटर्न टाइप इंट लिखना चाहिए. अगर हम फ्लोट का कर रहे हैं तो हमें फ्लोट लिखना चाहिए. ओके, सो दिस आर अबाउट द रिटर्न टाइप एंड सिंटैक्स ऑफ द फंक्शन. सो नेक्स्ट इज द कॉल बाय वैल्यू. ओके, जब भी हम फंक्शन करते हैं, फंक्शन हमने लिख तो लिया, सिंटैक्स लिख लिया, कोड लिख लिया कि क्या वो क्या परफॉर्म करेगा, उसकी बॉडी लिख ली. पर अगर हम फंक्शन को कॉल ही नहीं करेंगे तो फंक्शन एग्जीक्यूट ही नहीं होगा, कुछ टास्क परफॉर्म ही नहीं करेगा. सो हमें फंक्शन को कॉल करना चाहिए, लाइक कॉल बाय वैल्यू एंड कॉल बाय रेफरेंस. ओके, दीज आर द टू मेथड्स फॉर कॉलिंग द फंक्शन. A copy of actual value is passed to the function. The function works with this copy, not with the original data. So हमने यहाँ पे क्या किया, int. Okay, int is the data type, sum is the function name, and we have passed the parameters like int a and int b. We have declared the data types of the parameters also. और ये क्या रिटर्न करेगा, ये a प्लस बी रिटर्न करेगा, मतलब ये सम रिटर्न करेगा. ये तो हो गया हमारा फंक्शन टाइप, रिटर्न टाइप, फंक्शन नेम, पैरामीटर्स और ये फंक्शन की बॉडी. पर हमें इसको कॉल भी करना है. कॉल हम कहाँ पे करेंगे, ये मेन बॉडी में, जो मेन फंक्शन होता है उसमें हमने क्या किया, इंट ऐड में स्टोर किया. ऐड में क्या स्टोर किया, इस फंक्शन का जो भी रिजल्ट होगा वो हम ऐड में स्टोर करेंगे. लाइक सम हमने कॉल दिया फंक्शन को और डायरेक्ट वैल्यू पास की. दिस 10 विल act as the copy for the a, okay, and 30 will act as a copy for b. So now value of a will be 10, b will be 30, a plus b 10 plus 30 40. So हमें क्या प्रिंट होगा, 40 प्रिंट होगा. ओके, सो ये फंक्शन अगर हमने ये लिखा 10 और 30 के लिए, हम फ्लोट वैल्यू के लिए भी लिख सकते हैं. हमें यहाँ पे वैल्यू चेंज करते बार बार उस फंक्शन को हम कॉल कर सकते हैं विदाउट राइटिंग दिस बॉडी रिपीटेडली. ओके, सो नाउ वी विल सी द कोड. Okay, this is the code. We are going to perform multiplication. Okay, so now return type is void, like ये कुछ भी return नहीं कर रहा है. int parameter type इंट होगा. हमने रिजल्ट एक वेरिएबल बनाया है जो क्या करेगा, मल्टीप्लिकेशन का रिजल्ट स्टोर करेगा और मल्टीप्लिकेशन ऑफ टू नंबर्स इज रिजल्ट. ओके, सो हमने इस फंक्शन को क्या किया, 2 बार कॉल लगाया, लाइक 2 और 6 के लिए भी और 8 और 9 के लिए भी. हमने एक ही बार एक कोड लिखा पर हमने इसे 2 बार कॉल किया. यही होता है फंक्शन का यूज, कि हमें जो लॉजिक है वो बार बार लिखना नहीं पड़ता और हम प्रोग्राम में कहीं भी उसे कॉल कर सकते हैं. So this is the output, like multiplication of given two numbers is 12 for 2 and 6, and for 8 and 9 multiplication is 12. Okay, this is the call by value. Okay, and this is the call by reference. So in call by reference, a reference or memory address of original data is passed to the function. The function operates on actual data, not a copy. So हम reference में क्या करते हैं, memory address पास करते हैं. Like हम जावा में कॉल बाय रेफरेंस यूज नहीं करते क्योंकि वहां पे पॉइंटर्स यूज नहीं होता. सो सीपीपी पे हम पॉइंटर्स यूज करते हैं. हमने क्या किया, void increment नाम का एक फंक्शन बनाया. ओके, int is
Shruti, open your mic again. There's a Shruti.
ओके, सो नेक्स्ट इज द कॉल बाय रेफरेंस. कॉल बाय रेफरेंस में हम क्या करेंगे, मेमोरी एड्रेस पास करेंगे और ओरिजिनल डेटा पास करेंगे. हमने यहाँ पे एक फंक्शन बनाया है कि void increment और int and is the address. सो बेसिकली ये जावा में हम कॉल बाय रेफरेंस यूज नहीं करते बिकॉज जावा में हम पॉइंटर्स यूज नहीं करते. सीपीपी में कॉल बाय रेफरेंस होता है और सी में होता है. ओके, सो हमने void increment ये फंक्शन बनाया है. एक्स की वैल्यू इंक्रीमेंट कर दी, मॉडिफाइज द ओरिजिनल नम वेरिएबल आउटसाइड द फंक्शन. सो मेन में हमने क्या किया, एक नम वेरिएबल बनाया. नम किस में पास किया, हमने इंक्रीमेंट में नम पास किया. ये एक्चुअल डेटा पास करेगा, ओरिजिनल डेटा लाइक 5 पास करेगा और 5 की वैल्यू. सो ये जो 5 है, नम का 5, ये इसको रेफरेंस दिया गया है. सो नाउ x बिकम्स द 5 एंड 5 अपडेट हो गया, लाइक 6 हो गया. नाउ नम की वैल्यू मींस नम की वैल्यू क्या हो गई, 6 हो गई. ओके, दैट्स ऑल अबाउट द कॉल बाय रेफरेंस फंक्शंस एंड लूप्स. डन. ओके, थैंक यू. Done.
Yeah, that was good. So nice one. Okay. सो गाइज आज के लिए इतना ही लाइक फंडामेंटल्स ही स्टॉप कर देते हैं. फंडामेंटल्स थे ने कवर कर लिया हमने. कल से हम मूव स्टार्ट करेंगे एंड आफ्टरवर्ड्स द लीनियर डेटा स्ट्रक्चर. तो कल से थोड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग स्टफ होगा. आज भी था जिनके लिए फंडामेंटल्स नया था कुछ, तो जिन्होंने अभी तक कुछ भी स्टार्ट नहीं किया था उनके लिए बहुत ही लाइक इंफॉर्मेशनल था कुछ, तो लाइक यूज़ हुआ इसका. एंड फॉर दोज हु हैव ऑलरेडी नो लाइक अबाउट दिस स्टफ, जिनको ऑलरेडी पता था उनकी थोड़ी बहुत रिविजन हो गई समझ लो. ठीक है. तो कल से वुड स्टार्ट करेंगे. कल से अदर मेंटर्स वुड बी देयर टू लाइक असेस यू, दे वुड बी टीचिंग यू एंड दैट वुड बी लाइक इंटरेस्टिंग टू नो एंड टू लर्न. जिनको ऑलरेडी पता है उसके कंसेप्ट वो भी आ जाओ, बिकॉज देयर वुड बी सम टास्क टू डू एंड you'd be having like you'd be revising those things. एंड जिनको कुछ पता नहीं है उप्स क्या होता है कैसे होता है, तो बेसिकली स्टार्ट से ही लाइक सब टीच किया जाएगा. तो कल भी 6 PM को नहीं, कल कल का टाइमिंग थोड़ा अलग रहेगा. सो आई वाज थिंकिंग तो कल लाइक सैटरडे संडे जो वीकेंड्स है, आई गॉट द रिस्पॉन्स दैट people need to like go to Dandiya or other stuff. So कल का क्या प्लान करें? What should be the timing? Guys, open your mic and tell
Don't
me
leave, right?
what should be the timing
Yes.
for tomorrow.
Or you can type in chat box also.
11, 12.
Yes, guys, feedback form is also left. So please wait.
Yeah, the attendance link would be shared here, so you don't have to move. Just tell me what should be the timing for tomorrow. 11 AM, 3 to 5.
Guys, okay. So actually Saturday तो फिर कॉलेज है किसी का?
Off है कल, third Saturday.
Okay.
Rather, we'll be having a poll in the GDSC ICOER and community as well. So we'll be getting दो
like
टाइम.
नीलेश वही करते हैं अपन.
हाँ, दो टाइम